What's up, homies? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good Father's Day celebrating. And if you didn't, I hope your day's good today. So here's what we got going on today. We'll start with a little 4 hour and kind of go over my breakdown here. What I'm thinking, what I thought, what happened, what we did, okay? You know what I'm saying? So we're at a point in the market where these are our all-time highs right here, okay? Obviously, we're on MES. So, you know, we got this little bullish, we like bullishing around, and then we're kind of like, okay, we reject it down, maybe doing some fake breaking, some liquidity sweeping, come back up, barely break this. Did we even break? Yeah, we barely broke that high, came back down. Like I said, this on the 4 hour. So now we're looking into this zone right here where we've been coming down in this bearish, but then boom, we ripped up and bink bopped right up, big hard, long Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So what we did with that, right, is we looked at a 1 hour, and then boom, you can see like right here, okay, we still in this like little bearish channel, like, so you know I'm paying attention to like what's up with that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really interested in buys unless we break this highs, you know what I'm saying? So this morning we broke that highs, okay, but I'm sitting here thinking, when I scale down to the 15 minute, we're going to pull out some notes here. I'm going to turn my drawings back on. We're going to make it chaos. We're going to bring some chaos into the mix. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. I'm going to be real with y'all. We're looking at this previous day high right here. I'm looking at this bearish trend line right here that we're very clearly respecting. We got 1, 2, 3, not a touch quite, but 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then I said last week we're probably creating this little W. The market kind of closed down, and then we kind of pop up out of it. We come back down and retest. Now we're creating. Why is this all messed up? I must have accidentally done that. So sorry about that. That's not good at all. So I drew this little 2-point trend line right here, and I'm sitting here like, okay, let's see how this respects and what happens here. So like obviously on the higher time frame, we got this bearish trend line that's developed, and then we've got this bullish as well in this 15 minutes, but it's not as long, not as strong, you know what I'm saying? So like we sitting here like, okay, we coming up to the previous day high. That's a very, very big point of interest for me. But as you can see, when we scaled down on the 15 minute, I was watching this live action. This was my overnight analysis. Still technically bearish unless we see previous day high and then break with continuation, then bullish retest and target highs. So that's before I went to bed. I was up around midnight looking at the charts. This is kind of what I was thinking, what I kind of had going on in my little noggin noodle. You know what I'm saying? So I see this little rejection this morning, okay? Right at open. I'm sitting here and I waited for the first 15 minutes because I'm like, how are we going to play this previous day liquidity zone, this previous day high? How are we going to do that? So whenever I saw that we kind of opened up and we had a little bit of bullish sentiment, I'm like, all right, makes me nervous though, because we're pretty overextended here. Not like majorly, but we are overextended from previous session and then coming into this morning session. I honestly wanted to get in a trade pre-market, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to be disciplined. I'm not trading with nobody else. I'm not doing nothing but my own confluences, my own mind. I'm not talking to the homie, no chat GPT, no nothing. This is just my brain works, okay? My brain works. That's my brain works. Oh my God, I'm so clever. Don't worry about that. So anyways, I'm looking for a pullback and then continuation higher. This is my pullback zone and my continuation higher. I had an alert set down here in this fair value gap that had placed right here that we went through and we swept. We tapped into this one pretty nicely, you know what I'm saying? But I have, alert set here on the 15 minute, expect continuation higher before observe only, but observe only. That's kind of because I didn't really want to be trading into the day, and I'm trying to look for like smaller moves for now because I don't really have capital and I'm not trading with a firm other than Redline. We'll get into that in a minute. That lets me hold overnight stuff. And yeah, I'm not really sure. So before my attention deficit disorder takes us on a whole rabbit hole, here's what I was thinking. I go and scale down to the 5 minute. I'm like, okay, you can see I took a little trade over here, my little idea, but I'm nervous about it. So we come up, boom, we immediately reject, but we don't really engulf. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just equaling out. We just have this little equaling out kind of vibe right here. So I'm like, okay, we coming into this little zone. I think that we're coming down to retest for sure. And obviously we broke through the trend line, we broke through VWAP. So at this point, I would no longer be looking for buys. That's basically the whole point of VWAP. Am I looking for buys or am I looking for sells? When we come under VWAP, sells. When we're above it, buys. Okay? So that's what it is, my guys. And then I was like, well, let's get down on the 1 minute a little bit. Let's get down on the 1 minute a little bit, okay? So coming down on the 1 minute, I'm looking. I'm nervous, like I said, though. We just came up. Okay, we engulf through. We come back down about a little over midpoint on this fair value gap, but we respect it at this time. So we come up, make a new high. I'm like, okay. We come back down, equal lows, okay? And you see little minor rejection width. So we're tapping into this zone again, and I'm sitting here like, all right, I'm gonna shoot my shot. And we're in this little fair value gap. So I went ahead and took it. You know what I'm saying? I took the shot, and I'm sitting here like, I do not want to do anything other than target the liquidity that is up here. But like I'm not really looking to go much past it. I've been knocked out and had my wheelie slapped a lot. I've had it slapped a lot in these markets, in these streets. Okay, it's been real out here. It's been real. It's been really real. So yeah. Anyways, it's been real. I'm just gonna say it's been, don't worry about it. But I'm just getting like stuck a little bit on it because I got some stress and maybe even a little bit of PTSD from it because of how many times I've targeted past. Now, normally, if my idea wasn't that we're potentially going to come down and retest because we're a little overextended, then, you know, maybe I would have been like, we're going to shoot and we're going to target a little bit of liquidity over here or something. We're going to come hit some liquidity up in this zone or something like that. But I ain't really see no clear targets, you know what I'm saying? And in my scope, I got it pretty dialed in right now. Not really, but, you know, I'm trying to get it dialed in. I'm trying to zero that thing out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways, I saw we was coming up here, like, boom, 1, 2, 3, and a 4 little bullish candles. So I kind of saw us stalling out right up in here. We got that spinning top, which may be an indication that we might be a little bit worried. And then you see we got this hammer over here later, and we just completely dumped. So I don't really read candles a lot, but I am aware of them. I do pay attention to pretty basic ones, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I didn't want to target the full. I did take 2 trades, technically 3, because I had my trade copier on, 1 on my Top Step account, 1 on my, and then 2 on my Redline account for now. So I'll show you what we're looking like in a minute. But my idea was, okay, we come up, we're respecting micro structure, but I'm not confident that we're going to stay up here because I've just seen it dance around this previous day high and lows. Like if it rips through, great. But when it comes up here and it kind of trickles and dances, it makes me a little indecisive. So I put my stop where these lows are at, and I was willing to, I mean, you can see the drawdown was pretty minimal this morning. I felt pretty good in what I saw and what was going on. So that's what I targeted. And then later, you know, we come up. But I did see this like kind of a head and shoulders pattern developing, which I was like, ooh, that's kind of maybe a little sketchy, kind of made me a little nervous. So I didn't really want to be in that. And like I said, I was targeting this liquidity. Sure, I could have held on just a little bit more, probably made another 150 bucks or something like that. A little 150 stacks, but the change of character on this earlier too, it kind of indecisive here, so it made me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was confident in the move, but it was just one of those things I had to take my shot and then just kind of be okay with it, because this trade down here that I had, I wouldn't even consider taking a trade until we prove that structure or prove, you know, don't take that. Like, this ain't no financial advice, man. The market's going to do what the market wants to do. I ain't no freaking guru or no wizard. I'm just a guy trying to trade. But I need this over here to come up and kind of break and then retest and then kind of get to where it wants to go above VWAP or something before I would even think about targeting. And then maybe this fair value gap up in here that we have from previous session would be a target, you know, this level or something like that. But and I think that'll happen. That's what I'm sitting here thinking. Like, I do think that we're going to come down and retest. Like I said, if you look, like, these are my notes, and like I'm not messing with y'all. And I know I don't do these live because it's like a journal, but that's too much pressure on me right now while I'm trying to figure out my strategy and dial in and learn. But you know, if you were paying attention to this over here, it would be choppy, man. Change of character, consolidation a little bit, and then we're micro trending, and then overall bearish. But whenever I saw that we busted above right here, and we got out, maybe it's better to see on the 1 hour. Yeah, so when we got out of this little channel right here and we broke over here, I was interested. Like, this is cool right here, but we could still sink. But this is a major, like, obviously it's a change of character, but this is a bigger shift to me. So if we come back down here and we continue to do a little dancing up, I would be a little bit more bullish for the long term. And that's kind of my thought process. So the trades that I took, I just took one trade. I got my settings locked, and this is a reason I'm really struggling leaving Top Step, because it protects me from myself, and then it carries over to my other account right now to an extent. But I've only got, you know, like 8 or 9 days left on this Redline account, because I was not aware that you only have 25 days when you get the account. And one of the accounts, I went on tilt and I blew it, and I reached out to their support because I was trying to reset it, and they just reset the account to me. So good looking out on Redline for that. They just redid it, but they didn't reset my time or my date, which I didn't know that. So that puts an unnecessary amount of pressure, and last week I kind of struggled with that. So if I can get this account back up to 50,000, then I'll just let it reset and do its thing. And I might just do that anyway, because I'm not really upside down too much, and I've been basically at break even with this account. I lost a little bit of what I had going on. You know, my motions will happen, trading, that's kind of what happened stuff. I don't know why it says that my total P&L is up, maybe for this month, because I've had this account for 2 months now. And you can see, I'll show you what we're looking like here. So yeah, and maybe that's why, because this is basically what I had going on. And during this time, I was doing my own thing, kind of paying attention, no external confluences or nothing. And then I started hopping back on the stream, kind of started doubting myself with the homie, and nothing but love. But right now, I'm just like, I got to focus on my own thing and do my own thing right now. So break even, week. I mean, basically, you know, I'm minus 100, whatever, 87. And then today, we're looking like this. So I basically only have this day, and then Sunday if we want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know what I'm saying? Like about a week or so on this account to get it back up. So I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to try to just get up. But I took the same trade. I exited the same trade. So on this one, the same thing that I showed you, I didn't draw it out on here. I'm going to be real with y'all. I draw everything out on TradingView, and then I set it up, and it's just too much work to go back and forth on Top Step and draw it out and do all that. I might put a trend line or something like that here and there. You know what I mean? Like this little trend line that I have right here, and we can look just to kind of remind me like, hey, this is what we're overall doing. If we break this, come up and retest or whatever. But that's really about all I want to do. And on my deep charts on here, I got my trade copier on. So I technically 267 times 2, same trade. This is where I executed first, where I pulled the trigger first. So, you know, 267 plus 267 plus 120 or whatever for the day. I am trying to take a little bit more risk. My wife and I have some things going on with the personal life that we've decided that we're going to stick in Missouri and just look for some property and look for a house that is more fitting, that has some land. I want to get back out in the wood, man, connect with my infantry roots, and just get, like, this is a great beginner home and a starter house. It's actually pretty big. It's pretty big for what it is, like 2,000 square foot. It's got 4 bedrooms, an office, an extra playroom, and all that. So it's nice, but it's in town, and I don't feel like we live outside and get in nature as much. So that's another, you can watch some of my other videos to see what's going on with me and what's going on with that. But I'm going to be focusing more on this, on scaling up and trading and making some money, making some bread. So we're 1,000 up on this one. My other account, we're 600 up on. I'm not really gonna pull everything up because I don't really want to do that, but I don't really want to show my stats like I did last time, and I went through and deleted everything. But anyways, this trade copier is super dope, super smooth. I got it set up really easy, and I kind of like it because it takes the pressure off. I made 267 here. You know, I was down maybe like $50, $70, $80 throughout the whole thing. And then I kind of had this internal ticker, like, okay, if we go, you know, negative about $150, $200, I'm probably gonna get out. And this might go up. I could keep trading on this, but I'm really trying to get to that target of like 27.50. So one thing that I just wanted to point out with Redline, because I do think they're great. I'm going to keep promoting them because I think that they're super dope. Some of the things that I've been going through with them has been because of my own. And I actually messaged my homie, and I was like, yo, I didn't know that there was only 25 days and on the account. And he was like, yeah, my bad. I guess I should have mentioned that. And he was like, it's a platform made by scalpers for scalpers. So that kind of got me doing some research. And I sent him a little bit, yo, I went down the Redline rabbit hole. It's actually not made for or by scalpers. It's not. They just have rules that are a little bit more lenient towards scalpers, and they don't mind. But they actually let you hold overnight and through the weekends as long as your trail down and stuff doesn't get impacted. And I'm pretty sure it's a daily trail down because mine hasn't really moved but like more than $3 or $5. So I really enjoy that. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm completely scalping. Like, sure, maybe this is considered a scalp, but it's not a horrible like move. What are we at? 78 to 93. I mean, I don't know if I would say that's a, you know, like scout. Maybe like it is, I don't know, 100%. It is a shorter. I was only in this trade for like 3 to 5 minutes. And that's really about what I want to be in. Like if I catch a trade like this, I'm cool with, trailing down with structure and stuff like that, but holding is an entirely different skill set. Managing a trade is an entirely different skill set. So I don't know if I'm going to be a market structure trader or if I'm going to be a liquidity trader. Liquidity trader, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. But this is what happened today. This is what went down. And we're up like what I said, like 650, something like that. So we'll see how things go. I super appreciate you guys being here. Let me know in the comments if you have any feedback, if you have any ideas. If you're into this kind of content, man, think about hitting the like button, subscribe button. I'd love to have you here, part of the community that I'm building. Just know I do a lot of other content. I'm actually working on another YouTube. Sergeant Randy is going to be making his entry. My other YouTube is Tactyscopes, TACTYSCOPES. And yeah, if you see me talking to myself on here or something, it's kind of a joke. But Sergeant Randy is going to be an outlet for my military, and I'm going to try to take a lot of things that I've been struggling with and dealing with and get back to my humor, because I came across somebody, I think Nico Ortiz, and you know, he served, he's an infantryman, prior veteran, or he's a veteran, a prior infantryman, and I really connected with his content. And you know, I was really I've really been just evaluating and analyzing myself and trying to become a better individual and a better being, and like really work through a lot of like the things that I struggle with, and the mental things and the physical. A lot of my stuff is from physical pain that I have endured throughout my military time in my military service, and it has just caught up to me to a point that's been it's just mental, dude. It causes a lot of mental distraught. But I really respect the ideology that he pushes out and the way that he lives, and his humor was great. So, you know, go check him out. I'll put him up here. If you think that you're into that kind of content, or you're military or veteran, or you're just like freaking crazy stuff. But it's kind of encouraging me, like, okay, I even showed my wife and was like kind of working on some of the things. I'll put Sergeant Randy in here, a picture right here, so you can see what I'm working with. And I'm basically going to be creating this other version of me and this other character that like I can put like my humor into, and you'll just have to see, man. But it kind of connected me with parts of me before, where I got really into the content creation and what I was doing with it. And I'm really excited about it, because I went on this rabbit hole last night coming up with ideas and theories and things we're working on. So it's going to be an entirely different outlet. I'm hoping that it can help me channel some of the things that I'm going through in a productive way. So stay tuned for that, and I think it's going to be awesome. I'm really happy about it. I'm really excited, because I have been really like here. I'm so serious here. I'm always doing stuff so serious, and I'm like analyzing, and I'm a dad full time, and then I'm getting sober, and I'm doing a lot of those things. And like, I just need to laugh a little bit. I need to have an outlet where I can be me and be more funny and stop taking everything so serious. And yeah, man, so I'm really happy about that. I think my wife needs me to go get my daughter. I've only got a little bit of time to branch away. So I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, man, let me know if you took a trade today, or how you did, if you remember this day or anything. And you know, stay blessed, take care of yourself. I appreciate y'all. I love you. If you're watching my videos and stuff, it means the world to me. Absolutely appreciate you being here and giving me your time. So take care. Much love. Adios.